about the Sudan. This is in Africa. For those who don't know, Sudan's in Africa. What's happening there? There's a massive famine happening in Sudan right now. This is like what was happening in Ethiopia in the 90s, or you know, it's just unbearable. So these guys, they did, according to the UN agency that deals with disasters there, they need at least 300 billion to deal with the lack of food and the illnesses that go with it, housing, literally everything. They can't find the money. All they found is 3 billion. But when it comes to dealing with Israel and giving them money to fight Hamas, they're just very comfortable in doing that. Taking money to go and fuel the war when there are places there where people need the money for peace. They're not sending the money there. To the point now that the organization is saying that the money that they get right now doesn't even last them, you know, a few days. Well, this Sudan war has been happening for time, for a long time. Not today, not yesterday, but a long time. And the Western world don't care. They don't give a F. We, as the people, we have to put pressure on the Western government to help the Sudanese people. They can't just use that money all the time to um, help Israel. They can't use the money all the time to help Israel. They have to use the money to help the Sudanese. Women and children and elderly are dying there. Women and children are dying there, and there is nothing that we are doing to save them. We're just watching the catastrophe happen there. They're suffering just in the same level as the people in Gaza. The Gaza is getting the millions, the billions, and Sudan is not getting any. And why? Why is it that Sudan is not getting any um, money? Once again, because this is Africa and it's not important. Africa is just a place where the West encourages conflict, because when there's conflict, they can loot the country, they can steal resources and everything. But if the country is in peace, it's hard to, you know, fool people there. So today, the people from Sudan want to call the world to come to their rescue. Sudan is one of the biggest country in Africa, large, very, very large. The Sudanese people are remarkable, uh, lovely people with chalk, black chalk, uh, skin color. They are a majority. I think for those in the north, or for those in the south, some of them are almost like mixed race. It's a mixed society. The Muslim, they're fighting the Christians, the Christians fighting the Muslim, and they have like at least five different churches there in that place. So I'm gonna do a live video in my channel on my platform on TikTok. It's called the hair doctors underscore MCR. So log in there in a minute to follow this program. I'm playing some music and I'm gonna rate that music from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and I'm gonna rate that music out of 10. Pick a song from the 80s, 70s. Pick a song. How does that appear on there? I don't think I don't think this is. Yeah, I need to write it backward. I need to write it backward. Let's see this. I'm trying to see. Pick a song. Pick a song, right? Pick a song from the 60s. Uh, 60s, 70s. Pick song from the 60s and 70s. What's that? Pick a song from the 60s, 70s, 60s, 70s. Oh, yeah, last part that. 80s, 80s, 80s. 80s and 90s. Let's see this. Pick a song from the 60s, the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Audience. Audience. Audience will rate our out of 10.
I have to eat orange today. Can I have orange this outside? I'm not supposed to be eating by you. Why? Because I just want to.
Will rate out of 10. Let's go.
Can I have banana as well? Don't want to the same thing. We need to go to bed then. Why don't you? Do you think so?
Yeah.
You think you're tired now?
Right, let's go. This is one show here.
Can I have banana too? Are you monkey?
Huh?
Are you monkey?
No.
These bananas are too small, eh?
Yeah.
Right, guys, you see what I wrote here. We start pick a song from the 80s, 90s, and the audience will tap. That's my show on TikTok in a minute at the hair doctors underscore MCR. That's what I'll be doing in the next hour or so. So, guys, thank you so much. Only 3 billion. How much do they need? 300 billion. 300 billion. They only got 3 billion. This is how they care. Well, they don't care at all. I shall see you tomorrow, guys. I've got to go now. On TikTok, that's where you can find me. I'll be on TikTok and on Instagram. Um, the head actors. See you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.